So let's do a little what's in the bag, or what was in the bag from 2012 to 2016. Wait. Before I roll the intro, I just want you to know that at the end of this video, got a little special something for you. Gonna do a little giveaway. At the end, you're gonna figure out how. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my parents' basement here in Ottawa. My name is Andrew. It's a pleasure to see you. Still up here in Ottawa, still freezing my butt away. Just waiting until I can get the stitches out, and then I can get back down to Jacksonville and get to chipping and putting, actually. Once March gets here, I'm gonna be able to chip and putt. My mobility is coming along pretty good. Don't have to wear the splint all the time. I'm wearing it when I sleep. The elbow progress is good. But I was sitting in the basement here last night, bored on a Friday night, watching some hockey, and I just kind of looked over and I saw all these old tour bags, took a little photo, put it on Instagram, and also put a poll up in my Instagram story, seeing if you guys wanted to see a little trip down memory lane, what's in the bag, and the response was unanimous. If you're not following my Instagram, it's linked. It's kind of where I want to interact with you guys a little bit more and get a feeling for what you want to see up on the channel. And this was something that you gearheads wanted to see. It is kind of cool to look back over the years, over all the clubs I've used. There's a lot of dust on these things. All I have down here or up here in Ottawa are my irons and some rescues. My driver heads, I've done a video about that before. They're all up on a shelf. Actually, no, they're in storage right now. All my old driver heads are in storage. But we've got old shafts, we've got old rescues, we've got old irons and wedges, and obviously the old tour bags. So let's do a little what's in the bag, or what was in the bag from 2012 to 2016. I've got PSI. So this was 2016. So this was the PSI. This thing was a beast. It went pretty far. I was still using KBS. Then I switched to Nippon Modus the next year in 2017 with the 750s. Used the PSI from 3-iron right down to pitching wedge. And the wedges I was using then, R series, the black R series EF spin groove. I used the ATV grind, 54 degrees and 60. I've used that same wedge setup for, wow, probably a decade. 50 pitching wedge, 54, 60. So I go 48 degrees, 54 degrees, 60 degrees. What else is in this bag? So I think these were some of the shafts I used around that time. Fujikara Pro, and I don't pay too much attention to my shafts. Fujikara, it's blue and gray. This is a Fujikara that's blue and gray as well. I think these were both driver shafts. Yes, driver shafts. So these were in R15, and then the first generation M1. That's what that was in. And then I have an R15. Yes, it was an R15. So there you have the same shaft. I had that shaft in my aero burner as well, but this is the R15 Rescue. I probably hit it 5 times. Basically every year I would get a rescue to test out, but it was always hard for me to step away from a 2-iron. And then when we got the UDI, that kind of changed everything. And then Gapper, I'll probably put that in the bag this year. Back a year, we have the Tour Preferred wedge. Let's get that in focus. ATV grind as well, 54 degrees and 60. But this was the set that was probably, this set was money. Oh wow, look at look at that. That's a good wear mark on that 8-iron. That's a lot of center hits on this bad boy. I think I had this set for about a year and a half. The R15 or the RSIs. Apart from 730s, which I'm using right now, this is probably my second favorite TaylorMade iron I've ever used. This RSI TP was money. The PSI was good, it just went a little bit further. I found this was the most playable. KBS Tour shaft as well. That thing was, boom, so good. And then we're gonna go back here. So this was like 2016, 2015. 2014 was the Tour Preferred iron to kind of match these wedges. I didn't game those. I gamed these beauties for 3 years, 2012, 13, and 14. So I have 2 sets of them here actually. So we have 2 sets of the MB. This thing was absolute money. 2 sets of these. Again, same shaft. I used this grip for a long time. It's on all of these clubs. I don't even really remember. These 2 are preferred MBs from 2012. Like I said, 3 years with these, and there's some dust on those 2012 ones. Clearly, I liked these. And TaylorMade gave me basically a backup set because I liked them so much, because they knew they were getting out of production. So I was really set for those few years, not having to go into the 2014 one, which I heard a lot of good things about, but I just never wanted to switch those irons up. And I also used, in the long iron then, I used a 3 and 4 iron in the MC. I always kind of used the combo set when it had more of a blade. So even right now I use 730s with the 750s 3 and 4 iron. Not that I can't hit them, I like a little bit more meat on my 3 and 4 iron. So that was the MC. But then I guess it was 2013, TaylorMade rolled out the Rocket Blades Tour, that one there. So I used this in the 3 and 4 iron as well. And this is when TaylorMade started to really tap into beast long irons. So 2013, yeah, the Rocket Blades Tour, they went really far, and you got to see some of that technology in the RSI, some of that technology in the PSI, and then you see it, I think, in the 770s and then the 790s, obviously. So the UDI I have has that speed slot. Is it called speed slot? I don't know what it's called anymore. Some people commented that they're still gaming these, so clearly they impressed some people. But then that wedge setup I used for 12, 13, and 14 was first generation ATV. Had this again in 54 and 60. A lot of people were kind of like on the fence with the ATV grind. I really liked it. I really liked it, especially in the 60 degree. I found you could do a lot with it. And going from different grass conditions, Bermuda to rye to bent, I really liked it. But a lot of people I think that played bent only didn't. But I was a convert really quickly in the ATV grind. So I have a few wedges of those from over the years. And then we got some rescues here. So this was the Adams Pro Black. Remember when TaylorMade bought Adams? So this was a rescue I tried to use a little bit closer to an iron profile. I have an Acra M5 shaft in that one. So that was probably like 2013 or 2014, maybe 2012. Here's a rescue I had that I didn't really love too much. RBZoo Stage 2 rescue. Again, never a huge rescue fan, but I would test them out and still couldn't fall in love with them. And then I got some old shafts kicking around in these bags. This was a shaft for that rescue, still couldn't make me love it. Ooh, this is a cool one. This is an Acra Tour Z, but in R1 branding. So this is 2013, when I got back on PGA Tour Canada. Acra is a shaft company from Kingston, who I was using their stuff for a long time. They hooked it up with an R1 branded TP Tour Van only Tour Z. This thing's pretty special. So this is when I worked for TaylorMade in 2012. Matrix Ozic HD6. This was back when I worked for TaylorMade. I used the HD6 for a year or two. All of us fitters, Matrix did like an event with us, and they all gave us the shaft we used with our name etched in it. So that was a cool little keepsake from back in the day working for TaylorMade. And then I do have over here some old carry bags kicking around. This is the Canada flag branded one. Gotta rep your country. And then you guys will remember this one. This was the 2017 bag, and this has my 750s in it that I was still using till midway through last season. And this has the first generation milled grind wedges in here as well. Yeah, there's a lot of memories here. Not as many miscuts as the early clubs I was using, because I just wasn't very healthy in the early part of my career before I got a job for TaylorMade. More miscuts in those bags, and those bags are, I think they're gone, long gone. In here, actually, my first win with TaylorMade was these irons. I had a win with these irons, and then I won this past summer with the 730s. These irons are when I almost won in Bermuda, the World Par 3. These irons did a lot of good golf for me. I really liked these. These ones, I had a lot of good, consistent play with them. Really, it's never been the irons that have been the problem with my career. It's always been the woods, but thankfully now I'm really driving the ball. Well, I'm hopefully gonna be driving the ball just as good as before I got injured. That's a little trip down memory lane. I hope you enjoyed it. It's cool to reminisce. Let me know down below if you've got old clubs kicking around in your basement that have great memories. I don't have any old putters in these bags because if you've been watching the channel for a long time, I used one putter from 2012 until 2017. That's the Railer Ghost. It's down in Jacksonville because it's still always my like backup. I use that putter since I started working with TaylorMade. So I don't have putters to go with all of these bags because I never switched up putters. I've been rotating, testing new things, but the putter I have right now, I'm in love with. So I don't see that changing unless that Spider X is as money as they say it is. Let me know, guys, do you have some old clubs kicking around in the basement that you sometimes want to dust off and bring back for some throwback Thursday rounds, or what did you game any of these TaylorMade clubs? Let me know. It's fun to talk about the memories of this game and the old stuff we used. This game has been very good to me. I'm very, very, very grateful, even though I'm sitting here with a recovery from surgery and I can't really golf much. I'm still very, very grateful, and this is awesome to look back at what this game has given me, and I think these will stay. I don't think we have enough room in our place. I don't think Kelly wants to have these back down, so these will stay in my parents' basement until I have a big office for memorabilia because we can put all these bags in it. Hope you enjoyed this. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and guys, I'm gonna see you very, very soon. We've got Players Championship coming up, so we got TPC Sawgrass videos, but also I'm gonna be back practicing chipping, putting. Can't wait to do that and make some videos about it. So we'll see you then. Peace. I talked about these rescues. I'm editing and I'm just like, you know what? I never use them really. Maybe someone out there needs a new rescue. So I'm gonna give away these two rescues, the R15 and the RBZ Stage 2. The way you can win these is on my Instagram, so it's linked below. So go to my Instagram and you'll find out how you can have a chance to win one of these.